Now we are recording. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for, I'm laughing because this is an unexpected, not unexpected for Maria, unexpected for Tahsha, meeting today. So I'm on my toes. Anyways, thank you for joining us for episode number 8 of Talk It Out with Tahsha Renee. I am Tahsha Renee, and I am the founder of Sisterhood of Sacred Fire, as well as the co-creatrix of our women's sacred rage therapy work that I do with the amazing, incredible Jacquelynne Faith. If you're watching this in December of 2022, we have a upcoming Sacred Rage 4-week online program that starts on January 9th. And we also have the ability to work with us one-on-one in private sessions. You can also hire me to work with you on a monthly and weekly basis. And these 20-minute breakthrough sessions, it's normally $200 to work with me for an hour. And these 20-minute sessions, where there's a breakthrough on every single one, is only $50 to do that with me. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'd love to talk to you. All right, Maria, let me set my little timer here. Not that we're going to keep to it necessarily. I just want to keep us in somewhat of a timeline. Tell me what you'd like to be coached on today.
Yes, so I come from a background where people are always demonizing literally rage. So, and I'm still in that right now. So I'm living with my mom and with my grandma. And it's really hard for me to like tap into my own personal power, I think, because I can't even access my boundaries like half the time, like just like even just space, and like I feel like suffocated, and like I can't, because I'm not allowed to release that. So I don't know how to do that in a safe way. And I feel like I have shame around even having that. Oh, of course I have shame around even having the anger. So I don't know. I guess I don't know how to, I think parts of me even want like permission, like you're allowed to feel anger. And even like just more of an understanding of shifting that, like seeing it as sacred rage as opposed to like demon rage, you know what I mean? Because I think I need some help shifting that, and like just actually like yes, you're allowed to have your boundaries, you're allowed to have your own space, and like getting out of that enmeshment and like going towards, because it's hard for me to even like commit to like getting a job so that I can line up with getting the heck out of here. So I think that's the main concerns. Well, I know there were several things there, but whatever.
Yeah, I feel like they're maybe all tied together. Possibly. Yeah. Okay, so all valid things. Yes, your anger is valid. Yes, you're allowed to have that. It's very difficult to be living in a living situation with people. Sounds like the women in your family as a whole have been shut down. So that's where that comes from, right? Is this, it's taught. And we're just now, honestly, this current timeline, this generation is really one of the first generations of women that are being allowed to be angry. So it's really ingrained in the generation before us, and especially the one before that, and so on. So it's really difficult, again, in a living situation, to be able to heal in an environment where you got sick. That's really what that's all about. So what I kind of want to talk about, and we'll go back to your question here, but what I want to ask is, what's keeping you from getting the job necessarily? Tell me about that.
Well, right now I have like some health conditions and just not taking care of myself enough. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I actually just got approved for disability recently. So that should help some, but then I have to obviously like mitigate, like, I can't work too much and stuff. So I have to get a part-time. And I mean, I think that's okay. It's just, I don't know how to deal with all of the suppressed stuff that does come up and have the patience to go through that process. And like getting a normal job feels like it's going to take too long anyways to like have to deal with it all.
Yeah. Okay. Those are good.
Let alone a part-time, it's like gonna take too long.
Right. So with arthritis, is it hard to type?
Not really. It's not hard. Not hard to type.
Because I'm thinking like work from home jobs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that wouldn't get you out of the house, which might be kind of nice to get you out of the house, at least you get the fuck out of the house for a while.
Yes.
But maybe that's an option, because there's part-time ones you can do for that, and have you looked into that?
Yeah, I think that would be good. I think that well, there's that, and then there's me balancing like that and trying to make a long distance relationship work. And that's
Okay.
really, really, really hard because it's brought on a lot of challenges in and of itself.
Right.
Uh, yeah, it brings up a lot of anger, and like I can't even deal with like my relationship issues in the house because like the minute that I'm getting triggered. The minute that I get like upset, like my mom comes in here and she's like, "You're not allowed to fucking have arguments in here." Like,
Wow.
yeah, like literally it's
bad.
like that.
It's bad.
So
It's hard. So now, do you drive at all? Do you have an ability to like leave the house at all?
no, I don't drive right now, really. I don't have
Okay.
a car.
So is there a possibility for you to have your arguments outside of the house, so you can actually have some space, go for a walk, get pissed off outside?
I mean, yeah, like during summertime, I guess. Not really right now. It'd be
Arthritis
hard.
also doesn't do very well in the cold, and I know that.
No, yeah, like so
No.
I live in Kentucky, so basically that doesn't work right now.
It's like fucking 2 degrees outside. Okay, I got it.
So because we do have like an outdoor area, and like
Yeah.
that does help. That would have been an option, but it's not really right now. And other than that, I've been trying to like manifest having friends, but that's not really gonna help me have a space for that, I guess.
I mean,
I mean,
if somebody takes you somewhere and you're able to actually fucking release it.
yeah.
Okay, so also, I don't know if you're aware of this, but arthritis is one of the emotional causes of arthritis is depression of anger.
And yeah, I know it's a flight or flight thing. Like it's like you constantly feeling attacked, so you attack yourself so that people don't attack you. Like I know that much, and I know I have a lot of suppressed anger. I don't think that I have wanted to look at that aspect. Like I'm just like,
because there's no release for it, so that fucking
yeah.
makes it even more frustrating, more fucking angry, which more anger means you're gonna be more sick. So yeah, so I totally get it. So what I'm hearing is there's a lot of fear that's stopping you from making any decisions that would actually free you. I'm really being told to give you the message that you're getting a job should be your number one priority over anything and everyone right now. Even if it's scary to think about how long it's going to take, all the things, that is your ticket out of there, Maria. Because everything else will
part-time or like a full-time, because like I don't know.
Well, you have money coming in from the state as well now, right?
Yeah, it's probably going to be only like between 600 and 800, which is still, a decent amount. But
right. So part-time for that would give you probably something close to a full-time job, honestly. So possibly. So, I mean, I would look at both. I mean, what if you were to find something full-time that you actually loved, possibly from work from home, or even something doing, I mean, outside of the house, but I feel like work from home might be something easier for you, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Considering your pain and considering all the things. The other thing you have to think about is, I don't know how many people live in your house. Are going to be able to be in a space where people will be able to be quiet while you're working, because that's usually one of the requirements when you work from home, right? So anyways, I'm being told that is the thing that you need to focus the most on. And because it's the only way you're going to fully heal, babe. You're not able to let go of your stuff. You don't have a way to get out of your house to even go scream in the fucking woods or in your car somewhere or like any of the things. The other option is screaming into your pillow. Nobody's going to fucking hear you when you do that. Screaming into your pillow, maybe into the bathroom while the fucking shower's going. It's another fucking option. Something where you're being muffled. But when we do our work, we've done 9, programs and uncountable scream events, all the things. When women scream into a pillow, neighbors never hear them. Nobody's ever heard them in their house. Like it's just like almost foolproof. So I would suggest that you sit down and start thinking about all the shit you're fucking pissed off about and scream into a pillow and get it the fuck out of your body. because you need to do something that gets it out. And that's really the only thing that's going to happen. I'm sure there's also possible, like right now, I'm assuming, is there anybody home right now?
Yeah, they're watching TV.
Okay, so they probably can't hear you. So if you were to do that, we're not going to do it. But if you were to do that now, everybody's watching TV, they would never fucking hear you. So that's what I would suggest. I would suggest you.
I think they would hear me.
They would not hear you. I promise you, they would not hear you. If you're talking above this level, they're not going to hear you scream into a pillow.
Oh, screaming into I thought you meant like normal screaming.
No,
yeah.
baby. No. Into a pillow. Grab your pillow. Scream into that fucking pillow. Yes. We've seen women scream anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes on up to 2 hours into a pillow, and no one in their house ever hears them. So it does work. My suggestion to you would be to do what we call an anger purge, which is another step of my Sacred Rage Scream process, which is where you literally write out everything you've ever been fucking mad about in like sentence format. I'm mad because, I'm mad at so-and-so because, I'm pissed off because. And what would be the most cathartic is to find somebody to read that in front of that's going to give you space to be able to hold space for you. But if you're able to just write it out, we've had so many women have so many releases just from writing out that list alone. So I'd make it a 2-part process where you read it all out. You write it all out. Trust me, you're going to be super fucking mad and then scream into your fucking pillow. You need to get it out of your body. It needs to come out.
Yeah. I don't know why, like, even that feels kind of hard to do. It's
hard to do because you're not allowed to do it. And there's people in your house and you're fucking shamed into doing it. So the only way to do it is to, here's the thing. If you were to write out the list, and maybe if that's too painful, by the way, typing out is fine too, by the way, get it out though. Your body's going to start this natural progression of being really fucking mad. If you write out my list was 20 minutes long. I'm talking, I walked around my house for 20 minutes going, I'm pissed off at this. I'm mad at this. That's a long fucking time. And by the time I was done, a scream came out of me that's never come out of me my entire life. And it started this whole fucking program. So trust me when I tell you that when you give yourself permission to really sit and start to sit in the anger of that, it's gonna want to come up and come out. And you'll be able to do it. Also, I don't know if there's an option for you to know like when your house is quiet, so to speak, like, I don't know, before people get up or maybe after they go to bed, or if you know they're gone at least an hour on this day, you know, you have at least half an hour to yourself, for you to schedule it to say, if they're not going to be here, I'm going to do it fucking then. It needs to be a priority because a lot of the reason why you're sick is because of fucking, you've got suppressed anger, babe. And you've got shame around it. And the only way you're going to fully heal is to get the fuck out of your house. You have to make that job number one.
I don't know if I should just get like a full-time and like, just even if that takes away the disability, or if I should just, I feel like I should get like a part-time, but for now, like, cause to get back into the swing of things, but I don't know. Cause it's so like, it's so present. Cause like, I don't even feel safe to scream even when they're not home. Like it's that bad. Like
I know. And I'm telling you, if you write the list, it will help. It's going to give your body permission. Especially there's something magical that happens when we have an intention to get mad. When we just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to start the process. And you start picturing why you're pissed. Picture the people in front of you. Think about the things they've done to you. Think about the ways you've been silenced. Think about how fucking angry and pissed off you are. And I promise you, as you're writing that list and thinking about those things, you're starting to feel it already. And I promise you, if we were to go through an actual process of it, you'd scream your face off. So sit down, give your body permission to do what it's going to fucking do, and give yourself at least an opportunity to see what happens. You'll only scream for 3 seconds, but something will come out and something will start to unravel from that. Maybe it's something that you're going to have to repeat on a fucking weekly basis until your body says, okay, I'm ready to get fucking mad. You know, there's a freedom in that intention. Yes, of course, you're not going to be able to just think, oh my God, there's no way, I can't even picture myself doing that, because there hasn't been an intention for it. There hasn't been a space made for it. When you make that space, something shifts.
Like, how do you make being like expressing anger even in then like a non-violent way? Like, I have a lot of shame that comes up with that because my partner's long distance. So whenever I'm like, I hate this and this or whatever the heck, and I have so much pinked up and like I shame myself for lashing out at him. And then I feel even worse because like, even if there is a resolution, like I can't physically like, have him hold me or just hold him or something, So it's like, there's even shame around getting into conflict because I know even as best as we can resolve it, like there isn't going to be that. So you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So where's, before I answer that, how long are you guys going to be long distance?
Well, we've been together for like 2 years now. And I mean, my hope is that we'll get together and hopefully like maybe even live together by the end of this year because he's just got a job and he's going to save up money and get his own place and stuff. So the hope is that it's not more than a year.
Another year.
Well, tops.
Okay. So is the anger around not being able to see him or see them? Is this a man? Is this a female? I don't even know. I want to make sure I get that right.
I feel like to some degree there's suppression around it's a he, by the way, not even being able to really fully access that, because if I do access it, like I've been lashing out a lot for starters, so there's already shame around that. And then secondly, like even if there is a resolution, like if I do say hard things, because that might very well still happen sometimes, even if I work on it, like it might happen sometimes. Like there's so much shame that's going to come up around that, especially because like even if there's a resolution, like I said, like I can't physically like hold him and be like, I'm sorry, and then like a real way that would be needed, like to have that somatic, like
that physical healing, physical touch. Yes. Okay. So what we call this is once you do the scream work and you give yourself permission. So honestly, unfortunately, I know that your funds obviously aren't there. You are a prime candidate for taking our program, because by the end of the program, you wouldn't approach anger the same anymore and it wouldn't be approached in your body anymore. But the cathartic work I'm asking you to do could still have that effect on you. I have a woman who lived by the beach, who went out to the beach and did a really cathartic thing. And now she's like, I don't even like, it was actually one of my sessions. She like totally looks at anger differently now. So the shame that comes along when you scream in the way that I'm telling you to, which is to write it out first and have the intention and let everything come up and come out. And that you're doing it to let it come up and come out. The emotions beneath there get freed from that. So something literally changes in your cells, in your DNA, in you as a fucking person when you cathartically release in this way. Now, I can't guarantee that work because I'm not going to be there with you to walk you through that. We do guarantee our work though. When somebody takes the program, we guarantee that they will be completely different and they will approach anger completely differently. But I would say that there's a good chance that still could happen with someone if they're doing the cathartic work, but you need to be doing the cathartic releasing. It's not just enough to just say you're mad or to just scream or to whatever. There's got to be an actual process and an intention put behind it. And then what happens is you find a way to express your anger in a different way. It just feels differently. It looks differently. When those emotions come up and you're angry and they start to come up in your body, something happens where you're able to hold the emotion differently. So it doesn't just take over and make you burst out, and the shame is not attached to it any longer. It's more like it comes up and you're able to say, this is making me really angry. And you'll be able to do one of two things: either voice your boundary or you're setting it in a way that feels powerful to you. Like, this makes me angry and I need to be held space for while I talk about this. Can you hold space for me while I do that? Get their permission if you can. Talk about what's making you angry in a way that feels powerful, not disempowering. Or you may need to say, I need a fucking hour. I need 20 minutes. I need to go fucking think about this because I'm really upset and angry. I feel like I'm going to say something that's going to really fuck things up. And I don't want to feel shame around that. And I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I need some time. So it's going to be one of two things on how you end up handling it. But a lot of times that's not possible until you can release what's inside of there first, because the shame is coming from a space that is making a circle of shame. So whenever you get angry, what's happening is your body is just naturally reacting to it being not okay to be angry. So you don't have a handle on it because you haven't allowed it to exist. It's still a shameful thing entirely to be angry. So again, when you give yourself permission and space to let go of the anger and the rage in these ways that I was talking about, now it feels like it's able to exist, and that shame doesn't need to be there anymore because you're giving it space. You're giving it a life. You're giving it a voice. You're giving it an opportunity to do what it needs to. And it becomes empowerment at that point. And it becomes space. You've now made space. So when other emotions come in, there's that space now for it to actually move around in your body instead of it trying to force its way in. You know, that anger comes up, all the words are coming in, and there's no space for it. So now it's just, you're trying to get it out, and the anger is trying to do fake protection, which is there's shit underneath here. And whatever you're saying is actually activating, triggering my fucking other shit underneath it. And because I'm not alchemized yet, the anger, and I don't know what to do with myself right now, I'm going to come out at you in a way that pushes you away from me and puts me back into what I know, which is shame. So it's something you have to trust in the process of the cathartic releasing. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that there's something that's going to happen on the other side of your releasing. You have to give it space. You've got to let it breathe. You've got to let it have a life. And then you end up having a relationship with your anger instead of it fucking controlling you. And guess what? The reason I asked about the whole thing is because yeah, we all continue to be angry. I'm the expert in this field. Like Jacquelynne and I are both the experts in this field. And we still get pissed. I got pissed today. Super fucking mad today. Super fucking mad.
Yeah. Do you think that like a program online would still be beneficial even in like the situation I'm in? Because
that's all we've done is online, babe.
No, I know. I just mean like, because like actually getting into that stuff, like having people around here and stuff like that it feels kind of like it would.
I know what you're saying, like to be able to talk about it and scream about it and do the fucking things. Yeah.
Yeah.
There would need to be, I mean, if you're able to have this conversation in this way, then yeah, I would say that you would, probably need to get into something that is, make sure that the timeframes are maybe around this time, right? So, they're watching TV, they're probably not going to be paying attention. Maybe you put your earbuds in. So whoever's talking, whatever, is going on. And then when it comes to the screaming portion, you would just, you would scream into a pillow.
Yeah, the pillow thing might be the good in between then, because like I do feel like the house is too small to just like they're gonna hear me scream if they watching TV.
And
if I get loud, they probably hear me.
99% of our clients scream into a pillow. 99% of them. Like there's been a very few small amount that are able to free scream, is what we call it. Some of them have driven out to the forest. Some of them go to a abandoned parking lot and scream in their car. But that's been a very small percentage of the 9 programs we've done, and the 4 scream events and the uncountable one-on-ones we've done. You know what I mean? So yeah, the pillow would work. We both had people
comfortable with that.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I have to get comfortable with that.
Yeah, and nobody's comfortable with it.
The pillow, but yeah.
Nobody's comfortable with it. Everybody's freaked out. On the first day of class, we literally like go around and have everybody talk about their fears about taking the program, because they're all just terrified. They're just like, they're so afraid they're going to be judged. They're afraid their story's not going to be big enough. Their story's not going to be small enough, or too small, I should say. But my story's too small. My story's too big. I'm afraid the women are going to judge me. I mean, what if I have a trauma response? Are you going to be able to hold me through that? All these things. And every sudden they realize everybody has the same fears. And then they go,
the whole like, bitch shaming thing. Like,
there's none of that. I will tell you that in every single program we've ever done, there has never been any judgment from any woman or any of us ever. And we've heard things as on one end of the spectrum of somebody who just has, not just has, but has people pleasing issues or boundary setting issues, all the way to the spectrum of a woman being raped at the age of 2, all the way through her fucking 20s. So like, the spectrum's there. There's never been any judgment. There's only been compassion. There's only been love. After day one, we have so many women that tell us, holy shit, I never knew that I could be in a program with women, because I've never been in one where I actually felt like I had family after day fucking one. So by the time you get to day 3, which is the screaming portion, guess what? Nobody fucking cares. Everybody's comfortable. Everybody's heard everybody's horrid story. Everybody's laughing on some aspects. There's all these things happening. There's just a magical component of comfortability and safety that happens. That Jacquelynne and I don't take any fucking credit for, really. We're here to hold this space and have the container. And yeah, of course, we've been through our own shit, whatever. But for the most part, it's you guys that do all that, so.
No, but that container is what allows for that magic. So yeah.
But I'll tell you,
I would love to be able to go to that one day with you guys, for sure.
I'd love to have you. It would be absolutely amazing. Yes, we were going to be doing some in-person retreats as well. But yeah, so we'd love to have you, of course. But anyways, I hope this helped. We've been a little bit over our time, but I hope this helped in some aspects. I hope it gives you some an exercise to do, at least a way to maybe have some type of light at the end of the tunnel and get a job, babe. Make that your fucking main thing over anything and everyone. Don't let your fear stop you on that shit. Look at part-time, look at full-time. I'm getting the message. You're gonna feel what's right for you. You're gonna see a job and you're gonna be like, oh, that seems like I could do something full-time. That's more money than I'm making with the disability that's coming in. Or you're going to find something that's part-time at some pretty good money that's going to match up with your disability so that you have the option of doing both. So just make yourself available for something to come in,
That's reassuring that. I have that trust even with myself, right? Like that so much, programming around having to have things perfect and, making the wrong choice and all that shit too. So
yeah. Yep. And you can't miss or mess up what's meant for you. That's what I always tell myself. Show up, know that it's not just you. I don't know what your belief system is, but whatever you believe in is going to show up with you. It's going to fill in those gaps, those places of, I don't know how that's going to happen. How am I going to find that job that works for me? You need to show up first, and that's their job. That's their shit to do for you. Your job is to do the physical things you can, while in your mind going, I'm going to find the right thing. I'm available for that. I'm bringing that. I'm calling that. I'm ready to leave. I'm allowing myself to receive, having my own place, having my own money, expanding in these ways. Allow yourself to receive that, because I know that's scary to think about too. It's like on some level, we want to be in the shitty situations we're in. It's a hard fucking truth, but it's the fucking truth. You got to think about the payoffs. Yeah, you got to think about the payoffs that you're getting from staying small. It's usually that we understand the rules of staying small. We don't really know what's going to happen pain-wise, risk-wise, fear-wise. There's always something else that could happen. The unknown is very scary for people who have trauma or have not been allowed to be themselves. But guess what? The unknown also carries magic and amazing things.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
So I really appreciate it. Thank you for showing up and being vulnerable, and taking a chance when your whole family's around back there. So I just appreciate you so much. So
thank you so much for today.
Yeah, of course. Okay, stay on here with me. Hold on.